to the canvas.
We are live from Satellite 5. It is the Bare Knuckle Show. I'm Brian Soscia. Another fight week. I mean, these fight weeks, they keep coming and coming and coming and coming. I love it. I know you do too. As always, so much to get into today. But before we start, I want to shout out Mr. Saturn. He's here. Chris, Little Ben, Quailman, Anthony Goat, and Scott Laskowski. Thanks for being here, guys. You're the early risers. You're the early joiners. We appreciate it. What's up to Jordan as well? He just popped in. So a lot, like I said, to get to today. We'll have exclusive footage from BKFC 65 coming off that show. Pictures, videos, stuff that you can't see anywhere but here. Also, royalty will be in the house today as Ryan Reber checks in to talk about his upcoming title fight with Alberto Blas this Friday, the 13th, at BKFC 66. And last but certainly not least, David Feldman back to tease a major announcement, major, groundbreaking. Also, we're going to get his first comments on our epic card in Marbella, Spain. You may have seen that coming out in the last hour or so. Everybody's talking about it on social media. So we'll get the first words from Dave about what's going on there. It looks like a major concert. Very excited about that. But right now, I always like to check in with the boys, see what they're up to. And let's do that. Oh, there you go. Evan's sitting down from his hard day of work already. He's been up since early this morning, from what I understand.
7:30. Actually, 7:45.
He's
rolled into my my morning call.
Go, go, go. And then let's talk to Brandon first, though, before I just want to say hi.
Frame.
Brendan, last week you were absent. You were not here. Dave Jr., he took over. He steered the ship. You did watch the show because I know, I mean, we hang out. You like to watch it. What did you think of Dave's performance?
Wonderful job.
That's funny because before everyone got in off the air.
Consummate professional.
Off the air, you weren't saying that. Why don't you come up with the same energy I had when I got here? You were cursing him. You were saying that he.
Oh, was I?
You were calling him dipshit Dave. It was out of control. You want to talk about it now?
Well, if you're. No, and that's not.
I love that
that's all fake news.
You're making yourself look nervous, like it's real news. It's not real news.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to combat your shenanigans on air.
That's why I did it with you.
I just want to push the button.
He didn't say that. I know he does. He doesn't want to be bothered, but he did. Dave did a great job. It was great to have him here last week. And then we go over to Evan. Evan, where the hell were you last week? I mean, I know, but you want to tell people what happened?
I had a flat tire
on the way in,
and I thought it would be a quick change, but the freaking rinky-dink, used car dealership I bought my truck from didn't leave a wheel key, so then I had to drive to the dealer, get the key, do that whole, dance. So it took me 2 hours, so I missed the whole thing.
Well, we missed you. And then we had Dave in here, and then we had Christian stepped in. Christian's rising quickly here. Christian, he stepped in. He did a pretty bang-up job. And then Christian traveled for the first time with us. That was this past weekend in Salt Lake City. What was that like for you, the travel? Everyone being very nice to you, probably serving you what you needed, and first-class treatment?
It was solid. It was a great crowd, a lot of fun, a lot of good fights. Had a blast.
Yeah, look how happy he is still. I made him turn red when I mentioned his name. It was great during the weigh-in show. I mentioned Evan's name. Evan's like a stone-cold killer. He's just like...
Yeah, Soscia was doing a whole stand-up comedy act for like 10 minutes before the show started, and everybody was just so over.
They were laughing.
By the time we went live.
No, they weren't. That's why the crowd reacted that way.
Yeah.
They came unglued.
They were snoring.
Oh,
they were so happy that
shut up. Shut up. This guy has to take jokes off our 4-time Emmy Award-winning director because he must have been on a headset hearing that. But Evan was stone-faced, and I said, all right, Evan's not giving me a reaction, so I went to Christian. And Christian turned red as a tomato. It was great. I loved it.
Wow. It's almost like you called him out in front of an entire audience.
Who cares? That's fun, right? Isn't that fun for you, Christian?
He'll get used to it.
He'll get used to it.
Anyway, it was fun. Salt Lake City was cool. Thoughts on the fights? That's the next thing I want to talk to. I mean, I'll tell you right now. We don't have to get deep into it, but Bobby Taylor, Jeremy Stevens, amazing fight for both guys. Loved it. We know what happened with the main event. We heard Dave talk about that. Dave's coming in later. I want to see if Dave's keeping that same energy today. I think he will be. He was in kind of a foul mood about the main event. What were your thoughts? You guys were all there as far as the show. I mean, great crowd as far as being loud and happy, but main event was a little rough. Everyone's afraid to talk about it. There's nothing. You can be honest. I mean, the crowd. Look, I respect Jad. I respect Christine, but the crowd was booing.
Yeah, I mean, look. When the crowd is booing the main event title fight and people are leaving before the 5th round, I mean, what can I say?
You can't.
That's the crowd. That's what the people said. All the comments.
Yeah.
Some people were calling for a rematch. I mean, I didn't want to see that. Honestly, in being there watching it, what I thought maybe give it a 6th round and see if they really just go at it because they know. But I don't know. I thought maybe that needed a 6th round just to give them that opportunity. But yeah, it wasn't great. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if the styles canceled each other out or if, sometimes when when you're the champion, you're kind of like, you got to come to me. I'm going to win no matter, not no matter what, but usually the champ, they give them the nod when, it's a close fight. I would have liked to see Jad kind of really just going for it more.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were going to see. And, it doesn't always end. It's like I said, it's not pro wrestling, so we can book what we think's a good fight, but we can't make it good. You know what I mean? So respect. I mean, they're athletes. They're in there. They're trying their best. But I'll kind of take it another way. I was so happy about that Comey. That thing set me off. And I'm looking here in the chats. Zach is here. This is great. This is great market research. Zach Cox, great name. He said, he said, went to my friend. Sorry. It's very immature. Went to my first BKFC event in Salt Lake City on Friday, and I fell in love. I'll be watching every event from now on and making sure to get tickets anytime you come back to SLC. So there you go. He enjoyed it. He's going to be back, and it was his first time. Well, welcome. We're going to be back there a lot.
Welcome, Zach Cox.
Evan, I get so many jokes. Man, they keep telling me I got to be a little more politically
don't.
correct on this show, so I can't do the jokes. All right. I'll make them someday.
Okay.
So we'll have Dave talk more about that, see how he's feeling. But we got a couple minutes till Dave comes in to kind of dish all this dirt and everything he's going to tell us. Why don't we get into seeing what you sent in?
What you sent in.
What you sent in.
It's time for Mail Call.
Look at that, on point. You can send it into the Bare Knuckle Show, thebareknuckleshow@gmail.com, whether it's pictures or just cool things you want us to see, stuff we can watch with you. It's thebareknuckleshow@gmail.com. The first thing I want to talk about is BKFC. This is pretty big news if you haven't seen it yet. We're in Men's Health. How cool is that? Men's Health, BKFC. I mean, we're big story on us. I love it. Oh, no. Reber's going to kill me.
That is the hand of Lee, our photographer over in England. So this is the UK edition. So I went out and was trying to find this in the US, but it's actually in America, or it's in the UK.
So I think it's online as well. If you want to see it, it's a great article. I mean, it's a big spread. As you can see, a lot of pages about Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, Men's Health, great magazine. We appreciate them working with us. I'm proud to be in there. So if you want to see it, I'm sure you can find it online. If you want to order it, you know what I did? Ryan Reber's bad luck. He's bad luck because you always, Brandon, forget to send Ryan Reber his times when he comes on. Every time this has happened with him.
What are you talking about?
Ryan Reber's time to call in. He just texted me. He said he never got it.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh,
yeah. Why are you getting mad?
I sent you the.
Hey, what's this sound?
It's not my job to send it, though. You know that's your job.
What?
How many times do we go through this?
Hold on. There's a new soundbite in here called Perv. What's that?
Oh, no. That's for later. Wait, hang on.
That's coming up.
Is that for Randy?
That's for our guy. Don't hit it yet.
What did Randy send this week?
Don't hit it yet.
I love Randy.
All right. I love Randy.
Wait, what are you talking about? So
I took care of it. I went into the files and I grabbed.
Is this a bit? Is this another?
No, it's real. I'm tired. You always send stuff.
To you.
No,
you send it to them.
You are to send it directly to the fighter, and you know that.
I don't have their
Don't do this to me.
Brandon? What's their phone number? Say it on air.
I'm not going to do that. What a jerk. Anyway, Brandon, you're a good guy, but just kind of try to pay attention when you're supposed to send these invites.
Christian, you're the new. I anoint you as the guy who sends the.
Look who it is.
Oh, here he comes. Here he comes, walking in. You can come in, man. It's fine. Walk across the camera. Why not?
Yeah, come
We're having
on
a great time.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're having a great
live.
time. Oh, here's Dave. I didn't know you were coming in so early. Oh, we must rise.
Good,
Christian tried to. Christian tried
Turn the
to.
camera on. Don't worry.
Can I sit? I'm sitting. Rise, Christian. Brandon, Evan will never stand. It's disgusting to me.
I don't see his camera. Oh, there it is.
He's trying to work the cameras. All right, here he is. The president walks in. We'll get back to the mailbag. We were just talking about how excited we were that we're in Men's Health. Did you see the spread yet? Your mic's not on.
Oh, his mic's not on.
Yeah, man, it's awesome.
You actually, did you see the...
Was that Christian?
Fire
Yes,
him
it
right
was.
now.
That was him.
No, it's awesome. Is it out in men's?
Show 'em. Can
I
we
mean,
show the video?
it got sent around, but
Check
I
this
mean,
out.
is the men's health
Yeah.
edition actually?
Here,
Watch,
yeah,
we got footage of it. Check it out.
Yeah, it's in the UK.
It's
though.
really cool.
not,
Men's Health is gigantic.
It's not in the US.
Publication.
Gordon Ramsay's on the cover.
Yeah. There you go.
But did you see the actual? Oh, it's in the spread.
Yeah, look
Who
at
got
it, dude.
that?
That's Lee.
in England.
That's in
Who?
Lee, our photographer in UK.
Can he send that to us?
Yeah, I think
Seriously,
you can buy
tell
it
him to
online.
get us a few of them.
Oh, okay.
I'll get Mark to do it.
I said
It's a good
it.
fucking spread, man.
It wasn't like a page. It was huge. I mean, there's a lot in
Yeah,
there.
that's awesome, man.
That's a huge
That's
magazine.
awesome.
Good. Congratulations to us.
Mainstream, baby.
I'm proud of it. We've been saying this for years. Once they get a taste of it, they're going to see more and more of it, and that's what's happening. But speaking of getting a taste of it, Dave Feldman here, and getting a taste of more and more success. It's leveling up. About an hour ago it came out. Everybody's talking about it. I think it's going to break social media. This Marbella, Spain show, we knew it was going to be huge, but it just got bigger. Everybody seems to want to align with us, all these musical acts. Can you tell us more? Like, I don't know much.
Yeah, man. So it's obviously it's a triple header world championship. It's in Spain. I know the show. Thanks, man. But I'm good. So it's got we're gonna do. I mean, he's pointing.
That's
he's
for the viewers.
He's pointing at the thing like I
it's
don't
like,
know what
well,
I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
It's got
Conor
9
McGregor is
frickin'
going to be there. He's hosting the event. He's going to be there. So just so everybody knows, Conor McGregor started his own label. It's called Greenback.
Yeah.
And it's a record label that he's signing a bunch of these guys. Kodak Black is going to be performing. Exhibit's going to be performing. Another special guest is going to be performing next week. We also have some major DJs that are coming in to do the weigh-in. Like, this weigh-in is going to be sick. Listen, we got this huge pool at the Hard Rock Hotel, and we're putting a huge piece of glass over it, and we're doing the weigh-in on top
We're
of
gonna
the
walk
pool.
on the pool?
It's going to be unbelievable. Well, you know that I think I can walk on water.
I was
Now I'm
gonna
going to
say-
be able to walk on water. No, really, it's going to be. It's honestly, it's going to be unbelievable. I mean. It'll be our highest gate we've ever had. Oh, it's tremendous, man. It's unbelievable.
Bullfighting,
12 fights, bullfighting arena. We're actually going to have a real bull there as well. It's going to be unbelievable. We're going to do bull rides, and we want you to be the first one to do it.
I would do that. I would do a bull ride.
I think he would.
I
Evan,
definitely would.
Evan, should we get Soch?
Yes.
I'll probably break my neck.
It really it's going to be a truly unbelievable event, and then we're going to the whole forecast is for this to be a phenomenal event, and then we move to Madrid next June, and we do it in front of 60,000.
Wow, that's aggressive strategy there.
Yep.
But they're going to see it. They're going to love it. Like you said, Conor will be there. That's huge. You got 3 title fights. They're all great fights. I think it's going to look like a huge spectacle on TV in the bullfighting ring.
It's going to be sick, man.
I'm
It's
excited
gonna
about
be
the
sick.
weigh-in show.
It's going to be sick. The weigh-in show is going to be sick. I mean, we're not going to do it where we're mixing the musical acts with the fights. So just so you know, all the fans, I don't like that. We're going to get all the fights, and then it's just going to be like an after party with all the musical
Like a
acts.
little concert.
But it's going to be sick, man. It's going to be unbelievable. I'm so pumped about it. And you have to wear that when you're pumping up the crowd.
What, this?
The Matador.
I would love to, dude. Get me one.
You
I'll
have
wear that.
to.
I would love. I don't, is that disrespectful to do?
I
don't
think
know.
it is. I think they might stab you, but
can't
it's
see
okay.
it. On the graphics we put up other places, they actually have the swords in my back. They do. You can't see it behind me. It's going to be big. I know how much the company's excited about this. I've been seeing everything going on, and I think it's fair to say this is going to be probably our biggest show we've ever done, right?
It will be, and then, but the one we're going to announce prior to that in December is going to be it's unbelievable.
So let's talk about
Hopefully
that.
locking that in today, actually.
Come on, Dave. Let's talk about that. I saw somebody from the esteemed media, Michael Davis, asked you at the post-fight presser in Salt Lake City. They asked you about more on this December thing you keep talking about. I was going to play it, but I don't have time to play it right now. You just said, "Okay, I'm out of here." That's always your answer. I'm going. I'm leaving. Do you really have an announcement, or are you just hoping for one? Because you're not. Usually, you can't shut up.
I just don't know. The reason why I'm not making the announcement, the only reason is I'm waiting to sign one of the guys, and I'm just not sure if it's falling on the one date or the other date. So I can't make the announcement and say, here it is, and then I'll let you know soon. I'm going to make the announcement when I have everything intact. Actually, we're meeting tomorrow with the arena, so then I will definitely have the date.
So we're doing this the correct way this time. We're not just going to compete. We're going to blow it out.
It's not going to be Senior the Leak.
It's Senior the Leak.
Senior the Leak.
Because, you get excited. I get it. And you want the fans.
Listen, man, it's just getting more and more incredible. And I wanted to drop this announcement today, but legal didn't get everything done in time. So it's going to be either Thursday at the weigh-in or Friday. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Friday during the broadcast. We're going to announce our first television partner.
So, yeah, we can't talk about that.
Our first major one. I can't even say major one. We are in a major one with Fubo Sports. I mean, we're in 100 million plus.
I know
homes,
we could say.
But our first. I don't even know what to say.
I'm going to tell you what to say. I know you can say it. So we're
because
on with.
I don't want to get fired.
I'll get fired. Don't fire me. We're on with Fubo Sports now, and that's a major platform. Very proud to be on there. This new platform that we're talking about, it's going to be an interesting deal. I'm excited. I know some of it, but I'm excited to hear how it's going to be rolled out. And I think that this will be a groundbreaking announcement for us Friday on the broadcast if we announce it. I think this...
Absolutely.
What I know...
And what I'm really excited about is obviously it's a huge home. It's got a ton of subscribers there. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be an awesome place for people to watch these fights. On top of that, they're going to start to do our unscripted series. So we're going to do either a docu-series or / like a reality show. And we're going to start that early next year, and that's going to be phenomenal for the fans to watch.
Yeah, that's the best part. This is what I was getting ready to say. We've talked about this a million times. You're a fan of the product. We can see it when we watch it. And you're a fan of the fans. You love the fans, like no other.
But I don't want to cut you off.
No, go ahead. All right. Well,
no, because I don't. You might have been leading into.
I'm going to talk about how great you are. Just let me do it. You're a fan of the fans, and I think that you're a fan of the fans.
Talk a little louder.
Like you really are. You enjoy the fans, and I do think that's why. Not to get too deep into it, but this past weekend we talked about it before you came on. Great co-main event, main event. You were a little not happy about it, but I think it's not just because you weren't happy about it. I think that you get upset because you want so much goodness for the fans.
If we weren't getting all the comments and the fans weren't booing, I probably wouldn't have said anything. I probably would have just went home a little disappointed, and that was it. But the comments online were horrible, and the fans were booing. I mean, the fans never boo at bare knuckle. They were booing.
I've never heard it.
So because of that, listen, Christine Faria, she's a GOAT. She's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Jade Wong, she can fight her ass off. But that night, the fight sucked.
Yeah,
the fight itself sucked. They didn't suck. The fight sucked. The clash of styles, whatever happened, Christine said she knew going into the fight she just didn't feel right. And Jade, I think, was trying, to tie her up and not get hit with the big shots. But I don't know what her offensive plan was because I didn't say it.
So I didn't talk to Jade. She didn't say this. Right. I'm saying it. I'm putting words in her mouth. I've talked to other women that have fought Christine, and they all think going in that they're going to be able to withstand Christine and her shots and her punches and her power. But then they get hit. This has been quoted from fighters to me. And they're like, holy shit, this is way worse than I expected kind of thing. And they're like, whoa. So, I mean, it could be that. Who knows?
I get it. But, I mean, listen, the only thing I'm going to say on that is I just feel like you work your whole life to get a shot to be the best, to be the pinnacle.
Yeah.
And you don't perform that night. Not that you don't perform. You don't really just let it all hang out. Like Christine, I do believe actually tried. I just think she I talked to her. She said she just didn't feel right. She had an off night, and she knew as soon as she stepped in that ring that she wasn't herself. And Jade, look, she always comes to fight. It was just one of them things. Maybe it was that. Maybe it was like, man, she got cracked and was like, I don't want to get hit in the face. And, that's okay. But it's not okay because it's bare knuckle fighting. It's not like it's bare knuckle wrestling. It's bare knuckle fighting. So you got to fight.
I agree. That's why we call it bare knuckle fighting. So,
no, 100%. And look, I have nothing but respect for both of those girls for what they've accomplished. But the fight itself wasn't good.
Yeah, the thing is, we have no control over that. We book the best fights we can. Actually, Dave, I was pumped. I thought it was going to be an amazing fight, and I think that's what made it a little harder when we saw what we saw. But
absolutely,
respect to the Warriors for stepping.
But the co-main event was
oh my god,
was pretty
you
sick,
created
man.
Another award. What was it, the balls of steel or the balls?
The balls of the night. But I mean, look, man, Bobby Taylor to get dropped the way he got dropped and to get up. Listen, if he didn't get up, everybody would have said, "Holy shit, he fought his ass off." But he got up. Because he has so much pride and so much balls. And that's, I think after seeing that and then going into the women's fight, I was like, that was probably why it was already in my head. Because I was like, this guy could have quit 3 different times and nobody would have said boo about it.
You know, it's funny. I'm looking here in the chat. Join the Knuckle Cult said the fight wasn't good. They said the fight sucked, but the drinking game is fire. Have you heard about this?
No.
They come up with a drinking game if you watch that fight. It's like every time I think Jad ties up with her, take a shot. And they said you'd be drunk by the third round, they were saying. So there you go. You can have some fun.
By the end of the first round.
BKFC.com. Grab the app, play the drinking game. So thank you for that, Knuckle Hub. That's funny. The other thing is, I mean, we were getting into the fans and how much you seem to respect and like the fans. Sometimes promoters, I come from a wrestling world, they don't respect the fans. They don't care. You're gonna watch what we put out there. We're not gonna listen to you. You don't do that. And I think that's why this new deal you're talking about is so exciting, because now it doesn't, correct me if I'm wrong, it doesn't sound like it's going to be the same content. It sounds like now we'll be creating more content for the fans to enjoy. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a new exclusive series that we're going to do. Premier fights, championship fights, great fights. It's going to be a phenomenal series, but it's going to be new and exclusive on this new platform.
Yeah, there you go. I'll tell you something else about this past weekend's fight. Zach Cox is in the chat, and he said it's his first time ever at a BKFC show, and he said he can't wait to come back. It was one of the greatest nights he's ever had.
Well,
so
we are coming to we are going
right?
to be at the Fan Fest. What's it called? Fight Fest.
FightCon.
Yeah. Sorry. FightCon in Salt Lake on October 5th, and we are going to be doing a tryout there. So we're calling all fighters that want to fight in Salt Lake City or the surrounding areas in 2025. We are marking down 3 to 4 events for Salt Lake City next year. We're going to have those dates in the next 2 weeks. We're going to be able to announce those soon, but we're going to really build a series now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take like 6 of the cities that do the best, and we're going to build series there. So we can do season tickets. We can really build the characters. We can build the fighters, and we can build the following.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yep.
I think too that if you're looking at how we're building and how we're structuring all these things, it's smart, because you can't just blow everything out at once. You're getting little by little. And as a fan myself, it's exciting to know the new content's coming, to be excited for that. And then the other thing I want to talk to you was, we talked about Taylor Stevens, right? I'm going backwards here. I'm sorry.
Yep.
But Jeremy Stevens, I mean, this guy's a future here. We know Bobby's amazing.
You hear what he said? What did he say when he was walking out?
When he went to fight Connor or something?
He said, I'm the new... you didn't hear it?
I'm running around.
I'm the new king of violence. I'm the new king of violence.
Yeah, here you go.
You guys are some great fucking fans, man. Hey, David Feldman said this is going to be a staple here. I would love to continue fighting here. And fuck Conor McGregor. Who wouldn't love to beat up their fucking boss, baby? I'm living a dream.
There you go.
He's a good guy. I mean, look.
I'd love to beat my boss up. I just can't.
He's... I like him. He got it. See, a lot of fighters don't get it, meaning they come in and they ask for crazy money, and then we can put him in once a year, right? He understood. I talked to him about his pay, and he said, I'll take a little bit of a cut in pay so you can fight me more often. So that's why we're going to really blow up Jeremy Stevens now. Not because he's cheaper, but because he gets it and he's a fan of the organization. And because you're a fan of the organization, you want to see the organization grow, I'm going to spend money on you.
Yeah, what I saw.
Does that make sense? You know what I mean? It's 100%. Not just that he said, I'll fight less. It's that he understood it. And because he'll fight less and allow us to fight him more, he's going to be a star now.
Well, also, you have to have the right guys in your locker room. You can't have cancers in your locker room.
Yep.
So if he's not understanding that, he's someone that maybe other fighters might look at, and you want him to kind of be a leader in a way.
Right.
And
listen, I'm trying to pay the guys as much as we can.
I know you are.
And these new deals that we're getting are going to allow us to pay these guys more and more. But we also have a budget, and we got to keep the company above water. So, we asked people to work with us a little bit, and he did. And some guys, we take care of them.
He was saying
and we
that.
do
He was
things
saying,
for them.
he's saying, because I'm here for opportunity. Like,
Yep.
that's why I'm here. So you love that. You want to give him the opportunity. Now it's up to him if he's going to make
Absolutely.
it the best
Look,
of it.
if he performs the way I think he can perform in 2 more fights, he's going to be making sick money.
Well, I'm excited to see him back. I'm excited to see Bobby Taylor back in there again. I love that guy.
I mean, what a nice guy, man. What a nice guy.
And what a fight. What a nice guy. Stevens is great, too. The other thing I saw about Stevens is he knows how to market himself. I saw it at the press conference. He knows how to talk. He knows what to say. As we saw
look
with
at the
clip.
shirt he wore. I mean, just the shirt that
great.
he wore. He got that shirt made up, and, it's going to...
It said, who the fuck is that guy, if you didn't see it, if you're listening. The other thing is, speaking of a guy that knows how to perform, I'm excited to see more of him. Dominico Salas, he was at the press conference as well. This guy has such charisma, and he's fun to watch fight. Do you think we'll see a lot more of him? I hope.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, like I said, we're going to do 3 to 4 shows in Salt Lake, and we'll build him up there, and then we'll move him around. But, I mean, he's tough as nails, right? He's a guy that a lot of these guys come out, and they have their little axe on, and they get cracked, and it's over. I mean, he ate him. He literally stuck his chin out and ate punches. Now, listen, I don't encourage you to do that because you're not going to have a long career doing that.
No.
But to get the crowd involved and get them excited, he did it. And, he's got a lot of balls, and it was really, really fun to watch.
I agree. David Feldman, how much more time do we have with you? I know you're a very busy man. You have meetings. You got to.
What do you got coming up?
What do I got coming up?
What's next?
I got Mailbag. I got Ryan Reber coming on in a little bit. I got let's talk about this week. We got so much going on. We didn't even talk about Hollywood yet.
Yeah, Hollywood is going to be sensational.
It's going to sell out yet again.
6 straight sellout.
That's great.
That's crazy.
It's home away from home. The crowd's going to be nuts, and the main event's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I'm looking forward to Reber's been. I can't wait to talk to him because I know he's been wanting for this opportunity for a very long time.
Yeah,
it's been in his sights. Alberto Blas ran through Keith Richardson, and
it's going to be interesting. Here's what's going to be interesting to see, because if Ryan Reber fights the right fight, and in my opinion, if he tries to box Alberto Blas, it's going to be a short night for him.
Yeah, of course.
A guy like Alberto Blas needs to be backed up. So if he backs up Alberto Blas, I think he's going to have a lot of success because he has a lot of balls, man. I mean, Ryan Reber has a lot of balls. But then you have, a Tasmanian devil in Alberto Blas. It just keeps coming forward and can punch like a mother.
Yeah, dude, that's going to be fun.
Yep.
I mean, the whole card, Hollywood's always a good card. What's this? What are you showing us?
What do we
This
got?
is a gift from Mark in UK. A big gift.
Do we know what's in there?
Yes.
I'm almost afraid to open it on air.
I'll give you a hint.
Is it suitable?
I'll give you a hint. We threw it in the harbor when they jacked our car.
Nice.
So we're going to have a little tea party today.
All right.
Nice.
Thank you for the tea, Mark.
There you go, Mark.
We should announce the UK day, too.
By the way, Mark is a hell of a guy and a hell of an asset to the company, man. It's awesome. And we're going to announce that we're going to let our marketing director go today. He'll show up at our meeting.
Yeah, that was messed up, man. I may have had a dentist appointment or something. But that's cool. He sent that. I got some snail mail, too. But first, I want to finish talking about Hollywood. I mean, a good card, always a good card. They're a great card. Yeah. Crowd's always engaged.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Perdomo fight again.
He's like Tyson.
He's fighting a really good veteran that's been in there and tough and doesn't get knocked out. He could get cut up, but I think that's a guy that if Perdomo is able to knock out a Steve Banks, I think he makes a big, big statement here.
Yeah.
And I think he puts himself in a short line for the heavyweight championship.
So here's Perdomo, ready? Here's him. Every fight we've seen him, like, boom, another little step up, and you're like, this guy's really good. Boom, now here's Banks. When he beats Banks, stocks to the roof.
It's funny because Connor hit me the other day, and he's like, "Is the Cuban heavyweight fighting on Friday?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then he said, I'm trying to get down there.
I didn't know if that was able to be talked about yet, but keep your eyes open because we don't know. Connor is a firecracker in a good way, the way I like him to be. Right. He just shows up. So am I. He just shows up places. Italian, I talk in my hands.
Yeah, I mean, he might be there, he might not, but I mean, he loves the guy, and rumor is he's in the United States. So
I heard that too. Doing the Forge tour or something.
Yep.
So hopefully we can see him in Florida. You know who else we need to get in Florida? I didn't talk to you about this. I'm going on the air with this, but Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
He does the Real American Beer now. We should have him there. I just thought of that.
Bring him down.
I'm going to give him a call.
Bring him down.
I'll call him right now. I'll talk to Jimmy Hart. See if we can get him.
I wish that I could drop who I've been talking to because you would die. You would die. Unbelievable.
I might have died already.
Unbelievable.
Please drop it then.
I can't. I can't.
I don't think
that wasn't
your joke.
nice, man.
I don't think
that
wasn't
nice at all. That wasn't nice. But yeah, man. Look. So here's the deal. We got an unbelievable event coming up this Friday. It's going to be sold out. The Hard Rock always delivers. We got some sensational up and coming stars: Justin Imbarella, Chris Garcia. I mean, it goes on and on and on.
Look at that card.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's freaking amazing. Really, a bunch of new talent too. HD, I'm really looking forward to HD versus James Brown. That's going to be a hell of a co-main event.
Do you see HD's hanging out with Shaq? We're going to show the video later.
Yep. So that's going to be sensational, and then we move into Marbella, man, Spain.
Marbella is like a concert and a fight and a concert. I'm excited for it.
It's just sick because it's right. I mean, you got to go there, man. It's right on the Mediterranean. It's crazy, man. It's right there, and then we go into Denver. And then we go into another fight we didn't announce yet, which is going to be on November 9th, which we can't announce that right now. And then we got another surprise for November 16th, and then we got another surprise for November 23rd. So we're gonna make a bunch of announcements next week on your show, Brian. We're gonna give you
isolate
the show.
this clip. Take the time of it, Evan or Brandon. Can somebody help me? Get the time where he says that because we're replaying it next week.
12:35.
All right, mark it down.
All right, I'm out.
Hey, one more question.
Go ahead.
They said this was a couple weeks ago that when we travel together, we act like two children. Can you confirm or deny that?
I mean, I think we have some fun.
Come on, Evan. We have fun.
Yeah, he almost broke my thumb in the airport.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Threw Soscia over me, and my thumb got like stuffed
forgot
between the
about that.
seat, and I almost lost
I
the
think
thumb.
Evan is a little bit of a woman.
You guys are. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with being a
What's
woman.
wrong with that, Mr. Feldman?
They're
In
powerful.
today's day and age, I guess there's nothing wrong with that.
What you're saying, I'm not gonna, let's just leave it there. Evan may be a woman, he may be a man. It doesn't matter. in
nothing wrong with
2024.
that.
Yes.
That's right. We're all
Let's
special.
play him out before we lose
I'm
the
out.
company.
Hey, to the BKFC fans, really, I love you guys. You guys are the fucking best, man.
Yes. Give us a speech.
Look at the camera and talk to them. Talk to each, get into their souls.
BKFC fans are literally the best combat sports fans in the world. Might be the best fans in the world. I mean, they live and die by BKFC. They tell me when I'm a fucking asshole. They tell me when we succeed. They do. I love it. Look,
We
I'm
can't
not
even do
always
that.
right. I'm not always right, but they tell me, and I love you guys, and I appreciate the support more than you'll ever know. You're helping us grow into being the biggest combat sport in the world.
There he goes, President Dave Feldman. The one time he was wrong, I forget how it goes. the one time he was wrong, or no, he's right about being wrong. He always says these things. What to tell how here it goes.
I said I was wrong once. It's when I thought I was wrong.
That's it. That's
No, I was right. I was wrong.
it. I'm rubbing off on you.
Yeah. I was wrong once. It's when I thought I was wrong.
That's it, something like that. But anyway, David Feldman, fan-friendly president of BKFC. Make sure you hit the likes for him, the love button for him. Man, he's a man of the people. Excited about Spain. Got some great rappers there. Exhibit from Pimp My Ride. We were talking about that earlier. And I grew up. I listened to Exhibit. And then there's some other great rappers as well. It's going to be great. I'm excited about that. It shows how we're leveling up. People want to approaching us to do concerts in Marbella, Spain. Connor will be there. How great is that? All right, next up we have Ryan Reber in a couple minutes. Do we have any rumblings from, or did we have to redo his timing too? Did you because we?
I don't know. We're trying to just get our tea sorted.
Your tea? You're working on your tea?
Yeah. I don't think we have a kettle here. So.
Are you really doing this right now? You're working on your tea?
Look at all this. Snacks.
What did he send us? All from England? We should plug the UK show. When is it again? We just announced it.
Sometime in November.
Just give us our free stuff. Sometime in November we'll be there. I'll tell you because we just announced
Do
it.
you want to try some of these?
What is it?
I don't know. It's British shit.
Why would you throw that at me, Christian?
I don't even get their nutrition facts. I don't know when it's.
Try again. I
energy?
missed it.
What is energy? What does that mean?
Toss.
Scrumptious sweets.
Twiglets.
I'll try them. All right. So anyway, to keep the show moving, is Reber in the hopper?
Yeah, he's here. Any Brits in the chat want to tell us?
Yeah, and I think Chris is
what's
a Brit in
good
the
here?
chat.
We had a whole box.
This.
Oh my God, there's like 1,000 things
Oh,
in
this is
here.
like a Laffy Taffy. Look at us.
Reaper's just sitting in the waiting room
We've
staring
completely
at us.
derailed the show. Sorry, dude. We got free stuff. We're like
Look at him. He's
Neanderthals
like,
here.
look at these jerk offs.
November 2nd will be in UK. November 2nd will be in the UK. I can't eat this stuff now.
I got Reber here.
Ew, this sucks. Smarties.
Reber says hi.
Hi, Reber. Bring him in. Reber.
What up? What up?
Hey, Reber, how are you, brother?
In the news. Let's go.
Yo, royalty in the house right now. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but you're just kind of wet. You're just jumping in here. We just got sent a bunch of candy and stuff from UK. We have a show November 2nd, UK. And I'm looking at this. This looks like Smarties. Can you show? This looks like Smarties to me. I think Smarties is a very overrated candy. Did you ever like that kind of candy? I don't know. I think it used to be like the last. That and York peppermint patties in my Halloween bag when I was a kid. Yuck.
Yeah, I don't fuck with those too much.
What's your favorite candy?
I really don't eat too much candy, but if I gotta choose candy, it's gonna be Snickers.
Ooh, it satisfies the hunger inside you. There's a big rumor going around about Snickers bars. Look it up online. They had to actually address it on their. I can't get into it on here, but they addressed this rumor that people had on their Twitter. It's kind of gross. I'm a 100-gram guy. 100-gram bars are freaking amazing. If we have to go to candy, what's yours, Brandon? Before we start Reber here, go to candy, Brent.
Kit Kats.
Oh, that's good. Give me a break. Give me a break. How about you, Brent? Whatever your name is, Evan.
You know what? Butterfinger, very underrated.
Bart Simpson used to plug them.
Three Musketeers.
They're good. You might like this
Crunch
one.
bars are good.
You might like this one. It says drumstick, raspberry and milk flavor. You might like the milky flavor in this.
I love milk.
I do too. All right, Reber's here. We're ignoring him. Christian, what's your favorite?
Real quick, I go Twizzlers or
Twizzlers?
M&Ms.
That's a Dave Jr. Twizzler. Wow. Okay.
Twizzlers.
All right, Reber. Sorry about that. We're just talking. We like to just bring
excited.
people. We're very excited with the free food we got. I'll bring some candy for after your fight. So Reber, look, we've known each other for a long time. I'm glad to see you challenging for a world title. You deserve it. It's a huge moment for you, biggest of your career. Now, a couple years ago, by this point, probably, I remember us talking, and we talked about how you were manifesting and you were waiting for the bare knuckle show call. Do you remember that? And you said, I knew you'd call me. We had a conversation, and you were telling me about your goals, and you're telling me what you're trying to do in the business, in the fighting industry. And pretty much everything you said to me on that call privately, this wasn't on the air, has come to fruition. It's come true. I'm very excited for you. So, I mean, Reber, if you look at your story, and I think we talked about this in your last interview, Dave Feldman was talking about this off the air before earlier today. He said you were one of the first guys we found at tryouts. I think it's very interesting to show how people we find at tryouts can climb the ladder now being a main event for a world title. Kind of quickly, because I don't remember if you told the story in the last show, you might have, but for the newer viewers, talk about how you went there. Because Dave, I'll tell you this, Dave was shocked. He said, that's one of the guys. You're like, no, I'm not interested. Tell the story. Didn't you show up in your work clothes to see if you still had it? You wouldn't want to get a job here?
Nah, man. They came to the gym that I was training at the time, and I knew nothing about the organization, the people, anything. And Kevin Smith was bringing guys into the gym to get sparring, and there was a guy in my weight class by the name of Abdel Velasquez.
Yeah.
And, we got in a lot of work together, man. And, they were like, Kevin's like, hey, there's going to be a tryout today. And I'm like, for what? He's like, bare knuckle. I'm like, okay. And he's like, you should try out. And I'm like, why? And he's like, for publicity, man, you should just try out. So there I am fucking off trying out. And here comes Dave. What's your why? What's your why?
What's your why? Yeah.
Things, bros. I'm like, first off, I don't lie to myself, and I damn sure ain't gonna lie to you. I have no idea what this is, what's going on. So I'm not here for the tryouts. It was just the universe, sorting things out for me like it always does, man. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I don't know anything about this, man. And he was kind of disappointed. He was like, damn, man, you really, you don't want this contract? And I was like, I just don't know about it, man. And he was like, you know what? The offer will always be on the table. You hit me up when you're ready. And I started looking at Dave's story, absolutely fell in love with it. He just reminded of an older version of me. You know what I mean? Came from absolutely nothing, put his all into something, and became something. And now look at me. I put my all into it, and I was nothing, and now I'm becoming something. And
it's cool that Dave can provide opportunities. Like you said, you feel this kinship with him, that he can provide the opportunity for you. He went and, is building something with his hands here, his own hands, this promotion. And then he can provide an opportunity for fighters like you. I think it's cool. The thing is, with Alberto Blas, though, I mean, this guy, Dave was talking about this. I don't know if you heard it. He was saying, okay, so if you try to box Alberto Blas, that was his opinion. I agree with you. That's going to be a short night for you. And he knows that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree and disagree in a little bit of ways because he's got MMA boxing. I got fight style boxing. So, I mean, we'll see how it is when I stick behind that jab, put a little pressure on him. But look, man, I got multiple different ways that I can do things. You want to stand and bang, we can stand and bang. You want to make it entertaining, we can make it entertaining. You see what this guy did to me in the beginning, and I've actually been hit. Look at all them hits I took. Jeez, I remember being in the third round talking to my corner, and I'm like, hey, am I cut? And he looks at me and he goes, no, you're not. And I'm like, okay, cool, because I got to get married in like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So, like, I went into this fucking fight with, once again, everything to lose, him to take my spot. Did really not a whole lot for me, but to just put on a great performance. And, I mean, that was one of the only fights, just like Christine said, that I walked out to that for whatever reason, mentally, I just wasn't there. I didn't want to be there. And then when I hit him, the first punch I hit him with, I knocked his front tooth completely loose, and he ate that, because his tooth is missing now.
Yeah.
So he ate that and was like, I was so shocked that he ate that fucking punch. I was like, yo, what the hell? And he grabbed me and forced me into his game. And I played his game for a little bit. Then I got my shit together, and I was like, yeah, no, we're not playing this game no more. And I played my game, and I dialed in and I got the job done. Now against Alberto Blas, that's not the game that I want to play, but I'm in a way better mind space. I'm in a way better, as we talk, I'm 136 pounds and we're 2 days out. I've never been this light and felt this good, because one thing I did differently this time is I really paid attention to my gut health. And your gut is your second brain. And I discovered something called the Master's Cleanse. And that thing is, not only is it put my energy through the roof, but man, I'm firing on all cylinders. So, I'm just so excited for this opportunity I had to go put on in front of Miami. I sold a ton of tickets. I got a lot of friends and family coming down. And look, man, I'm just having fun. I'm living my life, man. I'm doing exactly what I said I was going to do, and I'm doing it. I called Dave. I told Dave Feldman at the beginning of this, I'm going to take this shit all the way to the top, man. And look what I've done.
Here you are now.
I haven't been just all talk. I've done what I said I was going to do.
Yeah, here you are, man. Main eventing at our home away from home. This is
man. I couldn't believe it. When they announced this fight, me and Dave were playing fucking Fortnite, bro. And me and Dave Mundell are playing Fortnite, and I'm watching BKFC on my phone. And he's telling me, I forget which event it was, but it was like somewhere whenever you guys announced it, whatever show you guys announced it, I forget what show, but I'm watching the card while I'm playing the game, and Dave's telling me, hey, they're going to announce my fight tonight. And I'm thinking, okay, they're going to announce Dave's fight. And then when Cyrus came on and he's like, we got a special announcement, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, Dave, they're going to announce your fight. They're going to announce your fight. And then they announced me and Blast as the main event, bro. I lost it. I immediately had to stop playing the game. I couldn't play the game anymore. I was like, I was at it all, man. I was so just.
I think Ryan, I think you've worked so hard for this your whole life. Now to be in the main event and to find out that way, almost like a surprise to you, that's got to feel good, dude.
Oh man, there's no better feeling. There's no better drug. There's no better anything than the feeling of not only victory, but just to be in the situations that I've put myself in, and
so you're putting yourself in a big situation, and it's a situation that's welcomed this Friday for a world title, right? Obviously,
yes,
you're fighting Alberto Blas, like I said, but if these guys can take their fingers out of the candy back there, that's what they seem to. They just threw a boxing at me, hit the camera too. That was really good. Look at the candy, these pigs.
What's up?
This is good.
You guys need something?
It's like candy monsters. I want to show a video to you
okay.
concerning Alberto Blas. So Alberto, shit.
Pull
he's
that
not
up,
ready.
Brandon.
They're back there
he's
chopping on
snowballs.
candy. Yeah, I'm sure he is. So I've never liked those, dude.
That's what he gravitated toward.
I've never liked those in movie theaters. I would lick the juju fruits and the gummy bears and throw them up the screen when I was little, but I never liked the snow things. Anyway, get the video ready. This is Alberto Blas. This isn't fighting, and I want the fans to vote on this too. We did a poll. He threw out the first pitch here. Want to see what you think about his first pitch? So is he a champion at pitching too, or should he just stick to fighting? He was honored with.
I'm an athlete. I'm like, yes, he is. He does great. The one thing that I love about him is he does a hell of a backflip. I wish I could do that, man. He is, man. He's a spectacle, man. He's an explosive, powerful guy, but he's human. He's human just like me. And the man really hasn't been battle tested yet. And Friday, I look to battle test him in any way that I can. If we got to make it dirty, we're going to make it dirty.
Of course you do. Hold on. Of course you do. Stop. Of course you want to make it. I know you're cutting a wrestling pro. I know what you're doing. I know you want to beat the guy. I know you want to have him battle tested. That's not the question I asked, though, Reber. I want to know what you thought of him throwing out a pitch. Should he stick to fighting, or is he
I think he plays ball like a girl. You play ball like a girl. I almost commented and said that, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna keep it humble.
We know it's messing up, but I will tell you, in the votes for that, I asked people what they thought, and more people lean towards to keep on fighting and not. And it's not a pro ball player, you know. You probably,
that's all right.
Yeah,
he was out there. They also lost that game I seen, but he was out there.
You got the stats. Well, dude, that's hard. Did you ever do a first pitch? I did that one time. It's nerve wracking because you can normally throw a ball.
I bet, man. I bet. I mean, he did his thing. It looked like a strike. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna take too much away
softball.
from him. I haven't done it yet. I mean, my dumb ass would have threw it as hard as I can, and it would have went into the stands.
Yeah, but that would have been a good story. Do it when I can't wait to see you throw the first pitch. Anyway, Reber said he throws like a girl. I don't think he hits like a girl. I don't think you think that either. And I think that, and that's not necessarily, we talked about this earlier. It's not necessarily a bad thing to throw like a girl, right?
Maybe. We'll see.
Anyway, he definitely has a way about him in the squared circle. So we're excited to see the fight. But how do you beat him, man? I know what Dave was saying. Just back him up, back him up. What is your plan going in here? How do you beat Alberto? What's the key to victory here?
I mean, it's the same thing. Just give him something that he's not used to. And I'm very, very accurate. And I pick my shots and I get them. And I mean, look at everybody I fought with, maybe an exception of Quentin Foy. I mean, you've seen and Shady because he cheated. But the exception of those two guys, Travis's eye completely shut. Perez knocked a few teeth out, cut him so bad. I seen his skull. My first guy demolished him in the second round. Rick Caruso, I broke his orbital. I broke this man's skull. So, I mean, for these people to say that I don't got power, I just use my power when I need to use my power, which needs to be turned on a little bit more. But, I was still a little bit green in this sport as well. We're still all finding our ways. It's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Yeah. And when you realize you can do something, you're like, wow, I should have did that a long time ago. I could have done that way earlier. You know what I mean? So, and the one thing about his style that I like, he's a counter fighter. He's a forward fighter. But I like that because, when a guy like Travis, for example, he's coming towards me, it gives me an opportunity to not think and to just do what I do. You know what I mean? So when we're back there and we're boxing and we're thinking, it's too much going on. Yep. But when he's forward pressure and he's getting on me, now I'm just reacting. Wah. And that's what I like the best. I like that style of fighter, man. I mean, Travis was one of my best fights, and I dropped Travis with a jab, and Travis told me, he was like, listen, man, if I didn't take that knee, he said, you probably would have knocked me out. And I mean, that was, in my opinion, the best Travis we've ever seen, man. Agree. And Blythe, he hasn't fought anybody quite like that. Now, granted, he fought a Keith, and I take that back, but I don't know where Keith's head was that fight, man. That was not Keith out there. And I know that he was going through a lot of things mentally, and I know that he lost somebody like 15 years prior to that day, and I knew a lot of history going into there. Mm-hmm. The same thing with an Alvarez. And Alvarez is a very good fighter, but Alvarez, and I'm not going to discuss on here, what he was going through, but he told me personally the day before what he went through. And then I knew he had that knee injury, on top of it. So, Blythe has got, I'm not going to say lucky, but he's got pretty blessed with the opponents that he had at the times that he had them. Now you got me, who's at their all-time best. Now you run through a guy like me, hey, you're the truth, man, for real. You know what I mean? I'm hats off to him, but I don't see it happening like that. I don't see him just running right through me because he's going to run into something. This is a fight, and I will hit him. How is he going to act when he's hit? We haven't seen that yet. And I've seen his MMA record. He's an Olympic wrestler, and he was 3-4 or maybe 4-5, one of those two, but he's under 500 in his own sport. You know what I'm saying? So he came to bare knuckle, got a bunch of, gimmies. Even when he fought Roberto Armas, Roberto's a dog, but he didn't even get to show his dog because he shelled up and chose to fight him in the wrong manner, and got the fight stopped. But he wasn't necessarily hurt, and he'll even say that, hey, I wasn't hurt. So,
well, I'll tell you. I'm looking forward to it. I know the fans are as well to watch you and Blas. And like I said, you're both on the come up. Here you are in the main event. I love that we have two homegrown young guns in the main event. You don't always see that. I love that we're able to do that and pretty much sell Hollywood, Florida out for, I think Dave said it was like the 6th time in a row. So congratulations on the sellout as well, because you're one of the top fights. So you helped draw that crowd. Royal Ryan Reber trying to obtain royalty, sit on the royal chair, trying to win that world title this Friday night. BKFC.com. You can grab the app. Reber, any parting words before we get out of here?
Hey, man, just tune in. Got to thank my sponsors, man. I got to thank Sam and Vic over there at All In. Man, hey, and we look to be and a new. Let's go.
So he started and new, he ends and new, and Friday night we'll see what happens. Hopefully for him it's a new. We're looking forward to seeing your fight, Ryan. Thank you for your time.
Hey, man. Thank you, brother.
There he is, the royal one, Ryan Reber. Very driven, very excited, and very ready for this fight, it seems. I'm ready to have more of this lollipop. This is actually really good.
You like that?
Yeah, do you like yours?
Yeah. You like sucking on that? Oh, wow.
Anyway, what's that called? You talk ASMRTLG or something?
ASMR.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
All right. Apparently that's a big thing now. All right. So there goes Ryan Reber. Once again, Dave comes in and throws the whole show off. So I guess we'll start back with the mailbag and we'll go through this quick.
Hold on. Any Brits in the chat? I'm eating some mini cheddars and some Yorkshire tea. Yorkshire?
I think
Yorkshire.
that Chris is a Brit.
Oh, what's up, Chris? Shout out to Chris. Do you want the mailbag?
It's time for
Yeah, I don't need. Yeah, I'll take it. So we talked about men's health already. I actually got it's funny, 2 snail mails today.
I can't get to my room then.
Another piece of snail
Brandon
mail.
can't get to his microphone.
That's right. Just follow. Just follow along. I'm going to read this. Another piece of snail mail today. This is from Nick. See? Oh, man. It's in cursive. You don't see that as much anymore. It's Britton Hart. It says one. Oh, this is for Britton Hart, not for us. To Britton Hart. Let's see what he has to say. I'm kind of nervous.
Don't read her mail.
Is it right? Federal offense. Nick sent this in. He said, I would like to get an autographed photo of you. You are a great fighter, and I would love to have one. If you can help me get one, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Nick. He's an Italian, too. I like that last name. Well, Nick, this came to us, not Britain, but we'll work on getting an autographed photo. We'll send it out to you, man. I think that's cool. You're such a fan. Thank you for sending it. Snail mail, dude. That's like exciting. I like the snail mail.
What does snail mail mean?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I am.
Well, before you were born, there's this thing called mail before email. And then, so regular mail is called snail mail. It takes long to get.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I get
mail.
Well, that's because I guess the old what do you guys call me, boomer? The old boomer. That's
I don't know
what we used to
what
call
you
it.
are.
I know they used to call it. I know what this next guy is. He's Randy. He's one of our favorites. He's Randy the pervert. And and Randy the pervert sent this in. He said, that was awesome. I thought that was going to be good, but that was really awesome. Randy the pervert sent this in, and he says that, let's see. Oh, more disappointment. I was truly disappointed in Jade. What did the scissors even mean at the weigh-in? I think I know, but was she going to cut her, or did it mean the other thing, like scissoring?
What's that?
She had scissors at the weigh-in, the big scissors. I wasn't on stage. I couldn't see. What was the purpose of those? He's asking.
Of the big scissors?
Yeah, I
don't know. She's going to cut, because she was saying all week she's going to cut the head off.
She loves blood, yeah. Okay, because
I don't think it was the other thing, Brian.
No, that's what Randy's saying. That's what he thinks
I'm
it
sure
was.
that's what Randy would like.
That makes us further. I love this guy. Where was all the blood? I wanted her to bathe in it. Like Soscia, Like Soscia, I think the blood thing is hot, and she didn't do it. She had it on her hands, and I never said the blood thing was hot. I said that Jade is the kind of woman that I normally wouldn't go for with all the tattoos and the piercings, and that's hot, and I think the blood is cool. I didn't say it was hot. I'm not a scoundrel like you, Randy. Let's see what else. So he thinks of, guess I'm back to slinging web with the Black Widow. Here's Borga. Come on, let's get her a fight. And more importantly, a weigh-in show with a creepy smiley face soon. So he said, here's Borga. He just wanted a picture of Borga. Other than the picture of Borga, I think Borga, that's actually, she's in good shape there. But I saw some stuff recently, too, that Jihad, her coach, was putting out. Let's talk about Borga for a minute. Let's talk about other than sexuality, the fighter. Look at the abs. This woman,
all we talk about here.
I know, right? This woman has recreated her body. I mean, I've watched her stuff on Instagram. She's ready to go. I forget what it says there, and I can't really see it because there's a camera from. But basically, he says she's ordaining herself, continuing to call herself the Queen of Violence. And if you put her in, she'll have a great fight. So I'm excited. I'm with Randy, not with all the perverse stuff, but I'm more with him. I want to see her fight again soon. I love Borga, the Black Widow. Let's see if she can come back. Oh, here's another guy. This guy checks in. There's a local, one thing to another here. This guy normally checks in the chat from a local, he must be a local guy, strip club called Lou Turks. It's a real interesting place. They play our fights, apparently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I found out last
week. We should do a podcast.
Do live from Turks.
Yeah.
And,
that would be fucking great.
You're going to know who this guy is in a minute. Anthony said he's the new king of violence. And speaking of perverts, because he watches from Lou Turks a lot, he's up. Here's a picture he sent in. He's the new king of violence. He wanted us to show this.
Show what?
The picture that I'm waiting for patiently.
Yeah, the picture is just coming.
Yeah, why is he so? Get him more snow cones. He needs more snow. Get him nose candy. That'll get him. Okay, what do we got? Oh, there he is. Yo, this guy's all set up. Look at all the cool BKFC stuff he has. And even he must have gotten a belt made. That's Anthony.
We love Anthony.
Is that Anthony the pervert?
That is Anthony the pervert.
Anthony's funny. We've met him in airports. We've traveled with him before. Yeah. Well, thank you, Anthony, for sending that in. We know you always watch the show. He's very excited to put that up on the show today. He says he's the new king of violence. I want you to tell Mike Perry that to his face. See what happens.
I didn't get to tell my Mike Perry story.
Oh,
I missed the.
There is one.
I missed the show last week, but when I was at the Polish festival in Doylestown, Pennsylvania,
eating your
last
pierogies.
weekend, eating my pierogies, eating my glopkis, somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, I recognize you from, do you do the BKFC,
Show.
do you work on, yeah. It's like, do you work on for BKFC? I'm Mike Perry's second cousin.
Wow,
And
that's
I
random.
was like, that's random. He's like, but I recognize you. I hope I'm not bothering you. I'm like, no, I'm not bothering me. Like, who am I? But I thought that was weird.
Did you tell him not to make direct eye contact with you when he spoke to you?
No, I think he could just figure that out.
Okay, I didn't know because that's around here. That's really crazy. Second
Yeah.
cousin. Did you tell Mike that when you saw him the other night?
No, I didn't have a chance to.
Mike probably would be like, who?
Yeah, I don't like. He didn't really know if they're second cousins. But yeah, I thought that was funny.
That's random.
Yeah,
That's
Mike
so
Perry's second cousin was at the Polish festival in Doylestown, Pennsylvania.
Eating grumpkies, or what they're called.
Grumpkies.
Well, did you? I don't know. I'm Italian, but I do like pierogies. They make really good pierogies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was great. Thank you for that little tidbit. Interesting. Thank you for that. And this is interesting too.
welcome.
That was pretty cool. It was so random. Jomi, if you remember last week we showed Jomi was very excited. He was driving around town, probably trying to sell some real estate, and he saw himself on a billboard and he shared it with us. So this is an interesting story. There's a guy that many of you know. God, I wish you guys were here for this in Salt Lake City. His name's Dave Cranston. Dave Cranston, he was driving a car. We had a security guy with us. It was me and our graphics design guy in the back. And somebody claimed on whatever major highway we were on, somebody saw the billboard because it flashed up, but we saw the end of it because it plays through. Then Dave Cranston thinks it's a good idea, who, by the way, told me this morning he just got out of 2 tickets. This is probably why. He claims this is completely legal. He must be a Fed like we all think. The guy goes across traffic. Like, I got kids across traffic because we didn't believe that he saw it. And I said, just keep going. And then goes to the shoulder of this interstate, slams the car in reverse, flying backwards on an interstate. It's the shoulder, but it's close. And he's, if you're driving backwards, he's kind of like moving like this. And I'm like, no, dude, no. You're not going to call me a liar. I'm going to show you the billboard. Sat there on the side of the road, this lunatic, until the billboard played again. Cars are whizzing by us. And listen to our reaction. We just want to get out of there. We just want to get the hell out of there.
There it is. Why is there not?
That was more, it was cool to see the billboard, but it was more like we can finally get the hell out of here. Cranston's insane. Like, it's like he took like some kind of medicine or something happened and he went nuts for like 5 minutes. He turned this lunatic. I've never seen him behave like that. I was so scared. I really was. Like, you can ask Jeremy. He was in there. It was crazy. It was crazy. All right. Also, Salt Lake City, another thing that you may have missed was the Fan Fest. It's a new thing we're starting to try to do in more markets. Really cool to come meet you. I'm usually out there. I know Perry was walking around. But we also had a guy there from the World Strength Games. Travis was his name. And Travis was trying to lift a 402 pound, what the hell stone? Mason? No, what the hell is it called? Help me. Magnus. 402 pound Magnus stone. And he was trying to carry it 49 feet to break a world record in the parking lot before we had it. So I know you guys, I don't know if you probably already know. So I'm like, guess in the chat. Do you think he broke the record or not? Do you think he broke the record or not? We're going to watch that now. Let's see if this guy could break the record. We got footage. Stone was heavy as hell. The pivot's the hardest part, he said, and he was sweating, keeping grip of that rock. No, he went down. Oh, you didn't see it. Damn it. He went down like, I think he missed it by like 1.5 feet. Like, he was right there. Broke my heart for the guy. Pouring sweat. I don't know how those guys don't just explode when they lift that stuff. I tried to lift it. Do you have that footage of me trying to lift it? I was like, what the hell?
Dude, I'm not the strongest guy in the world. I couldn't move that thing to give you $1 million.
I couldn't. And the funny thing is, I thought 402 pounds is a lot, but I thought, okay, I can at least tilt this thing up a little bit. It's so awkward to grip and how the weight is distributed. They were telling me that like normal people can't do this. So there you go. It was hard, but he did not hit the record, which is good for us. I think we saved paying him prize money. I was going to trip him if he got too close, so we didn't have to pay him. But World Strength Games, thank you for being involved. That was cool. this next thing comes from KMS Records. He said, this made me laugh. I thought it would make you guys laugh as well. I think Evan would get enjoyment out of this. Let's watch. That's pretty funny. His Soscia got
I thought he was gonna like
slap
give her
it.
a credit card swipe. That's where my head went.
You think that would have been better? That would have been great. We'll have
Cash or credit.
Well, that's pretty good. All our travel, we're in cars and stuff all the time, and I was thinking like stuff like that happened to me. I can tell you that planes with turbulence, I started thinking about. And we hit that on the way home, didn't we, Evan?
We did.
They dipped. I thought we were gonna die, but I get excited.
I was like, oh my god, it's almost over.
It went down. It shot back up, and people were
I was
going.
tracking it. I should send you the picture. I had the weather up, and I was like, there's a giant red, like severe storm over Philadelphia.
It was bad,
and we're heading right towards it. And she was trying to, I guess, air traffic control was trying to tell them, like, you're good. But all of a sudden, I'm tracking. I have all the data. We're at 3,000 feet. We're getting ready to come in and land. All of a sudden, she went full engine power. Ascended another 2,000 feet and did like a freaking 180 and got out of there.
It was crazy.
We were in the shit for a little bit.
You felt it. You felt it
freaking
dip.
out. Yeah.
You dip it, and then you hear
it was
people.
Fun.
Yeah, I agree. I'm weird, I guess. Like
if you know what's coming, if you're tracking it, then you understand what's happening. It's not scary. But for people who weren't paying attention, all of a sudden, you felt the plane like shoot you back because we went really fast. And then
yeah, it was weird. I know it's dumb, Evan, but like I don't track it. I usually listen to you for all the doom and gloom before we get on the plane. You make me think we're gonna crash. But like I just when I get turbulence, I figure if I'm going down, there's no saving. I'm going. There's nothing. So I just enjoy it. It's like a carnival ride, like a fair. And I hate when people are like, oh, or like the guys that are sleeping, they wake up, oh, or like when they land, they didn't do this going to Philly. I didn't hear it. I hate this so much. When they land, what do? When the people, they go,
they clap. Yeah.
Shut up.
And also, people are happy. People aren't as grizzled and calloused as we are, who don't fly every freaking 2 days.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Another time I was on the road in a car. This is when I was wrestling, and I had to really take a bad dump, dude. And I was thinking about this the other day.
On.
No, this is bad. Like I'm clenching cheeks. We find a rest stop. We stop there. They pull in. You know when you get to the toilet, like your brain knows it gets harder. Well, I'm getting to the front door. The door of the convenience store was locked. I couldn't do anything. I ran to the back field. And I just dropped trowel in the middle of the field. It was really dark back there. And I dumped right there. And then what happened was they thought it was funny. They pulled the car up while this is going on. I'm squatted down the middle of the field, 2 cars that were travelers, and they high beam me and started honking their horns. I'm in the middle of the field. I'm like tripping over my pants. This is like 20 years ago. It was I thought it was so funny. It was the greatest thing ever.
I'm surprised you were able to hold off till that. I thought
Oh, come on. You want to get us canceled, Evan? You do. All right, let's move on from these. Anyone's got any road stories before we go? The wheels are coming off this
Somebody
thing
did that to me on the PA Turnpike once. We were. It was actually. Remember the day the world was supposed to end in 2012?
Which day? Yes, 2012.
December 21st. Okay. They made the whole movie about it.
Yeah.
I was driving home. I was on the PA Turnpike, and the whole road shut down. There was a fire or something, which was kind of creepy. I was like, "Oh shit, is it happening?" They were supposed
to die. Yeah.
And everybody had their headlights off because we were parked for like 2 hours. And this dude in front of me, he's like, "Hey, don't turn your headlights on. I'm gonna shit on the highway." So not only did I have to sit there while this dude shit like 3 feet from my nose, basically. I was also stuck there for 2 hours.
Oh, yeah, God bless you, dude.
Desperate times. I thought that was the end, but eventually we got moving.
Sounds like it. Yeah. All right. If there's no more shit stories, I'm always for a good shit story. They love it in the chat here. They're talking about
hey, you should read some.
What's this? It says, if you haven't dropped a deuce in the field, did you really go on an indie wrestling road trip? That's from Jordan. Chris says, Chris is a bus driver. He said, I nearly shit myself driving the bus. And then we have, okay, turbulence is normal. Tell them to stop being bitches kind of thing. All right, enough. So let's move on. This is, if you have more shit stories, I'll read them next week, guys. All right, let me know. All right. So H.D. Davis, this is interesting. Ahead of his co-main event against James Brown, H.D. Davis, very interesting person that he met up with. It gave him a gift, is giving him some pep talk kind of thing. Check this out.
Oh! What's up, boy? It's out. That was pressure for So, hey, gotta get you on camera. Part of the game. Getting that Knockout Friday, baby. Sponsored by Shaq.
Sponsored by Shaq. Later, you got a little gift there from Shaq, man.
What's that?
I don't know. It looks, I think
medallion?
it said like HD
That's
rules.
cool.
I don't remember what it said. But hey, Shaq, so we've played it. You've seen it. If you're new to the sport, Shaq called us the future of combat sports. Big fan of BKFC. He had said that we're the #1 product that he thinks in combat sports, and definitely in the bare knuckle realm. He loves what we do. So I'm excited that he's there for our co-main event guy. Maybe he'll show up to the fight. I mean, we never know. Shaq shows up. It's a party. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Oh, okay, let's get to our. We're way off. Let's get to our exclusives from BKFC 65. Jumping all around here. Sorry, Brandon. These are videos. We like to check out some exclusive videos. I'm not even sure ones were put in yet, but let's watch them.
Sorry.
Christine's walk
Hey
back.
guys, my bad. I'm not 100% happy with this shit right now. You know, I'm happy I'm still. I work really hard, but it was very lackluster. It makes me very sad. We're trying to get, you know, the women to be put on the map, but not with that kind of a performance. Do they want us here? So, yeah.
I mean, the honesty there, we've talked about it ad nauseum. I'm not going to keep going, but the honesty of Christine and what she had to say. Jade, I spoke to her briefly as well. But the honesty of Christine, you can't, she's champ for a reason. She's in still. I'm glad to see she's champ, but I love that she's that honest about the fight. She's not coming out there and just complaining. She's giving you reasoning why she's upset. She's the king, or the queen, I should say, of the female division, or one of them. And it kind of falls on her to keep this thing going. And we don't know. She said it herself. We don't know how many years Christina has left. She looks great, but we don't know. I know she wants to retire as champ, so I think it would really make her happy not only retire as champ, but also bolster the women's division. It means a lot to her personally. So that was really cool to see. Let's watch our next Vespi video. Or excuse me, I'm all over the board. Jeez, isn't you video?
See somebody to go with this fucking body. I mean, come on. Let's go. Who's next? What's next, baby? David Feldman, keep me busy. The king of the fucking barbarians is home. I told you. Ain't no fucking around with me, baby. New king of violence. Where are these boys at?
King of the Barbarians. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. This guy, he's must-see TV, it looks like. We've known him from before, but now he's trying to reinvent himself, looking for opportunity. I can't wait to see what's next for Jeremy Stevens. I'm excited to work with him more. Vespi Selects. Did he send those in? He said he was going to. So the Vespi Selects, I always tell you, these are the still photographs. If I say talk today, the still photographs. We just like to go through them and show you. Video's amazing, slow-mo's amazing, but there's some stuff that can be said. What they say, a picture's worth 1,000 words kind of thing. So there you go. This shows you the raw intensity. There it is, a bare knuckle fighting championship. Phil Lambert, Nick Vespi, our photographers. Look at that, spitting the blood. They catch amazing things. So we like to spotlight them and show them off. What's that in my ear? What are you crackling? What's that supposed to be? Like bones breaking? What are you doing?
It's black licorice.
Ugh.
Yeah.
There you go. Vespi Selects, and there the female fight. I mean, look, look, if Christine was connecting like that on me, I don't know what I'd do.
Cry.
Yeah, I've done it in the belly when she hit me in the stomach, 30%. That was sick, that fight. Props to Bobby Taylor and Jeremy Stevens again. There's your Vespi Selects. Let's take a quick look at the KO of the night, too, as we do some cleanup, getting ready to finish the show here. We threw him off.
The fighters in the center circle. That's all she wrote.
Did you hear that? Listen to this.
Oh my God. Come on.
Knuckle up! Let's see how hard Kevin tries to step on the gas and finish this fight right now.
The fighters in the center circle.
That sounded like the hammer. Like when that hits. It sounded like somebody hit like with a hammer. That I've never heard. I don't think in bare knuckle. I think that might be the loudest connection shot I've ever heard. I mean, have you heard anything louder that you remember? That was sick. That echoed.
That was good.
I don't think there's one louder than that. Oh, there you go. All right, and then we'll go. What do you got?
Thinking Michael Larimore in his debut. He had a pretty loud one too.
That when I heard that, I wasn't even sure that was the punch. I'm like, did somebody hit? Like, it was crazy when you were there. It was louder when you were there. It was nuts. All right, let's move to BKFC.com. All your latest news up there. Stuff about fight week, stuff like anything you want. We do the articles. We put them up. We talk to the fighters that we can't always get on here. And you can learn a lot about people like Matt Suckaluk-Chuck. Not only a cool name, Matt Suckaluk-Chuck. I think I'm saying it right. He wants to battle BKFC's best welterweights. It's a great article up there about it. I knew he was a University of Waterloo standout running back. I knew he was undefeated. But it's nice to hear. He told us he always had dreams of playing in the CFL, Canadian Football League, or even the NFL. But sadly, he wasn't on the level and the sport passed him by. So he thinks football definitely helped him with his fighting. There's a lot more to learn about Matthew Suckaluk-Chuck, other than his cool last name. He would like to be 3-0 with a third knockout victory by Christmas. That's what he want for Christmas. Again, more in the article. Check it out. More about Matthew Soccia. We're glad to have him here in BKFC. And do you burp directly into the mic?
I'm all the way back here.
It's foul.
It's this junk that Mark's in.
I think I smell it in here. Oh, God.
It smells good.
Oof. All right. Now I'm going to throw up. Ugh.
You've had worse.
All right. Jeremy Stevens. This is big news. He's had worse. Jeremy Stevens, Bobby Taylor. We just talked about that fight, too. First of all, amazing fight. We go on and on about that. But second of all, this changed the rankings. I don't know if you saw this or not. It means Bobby Taylor's out of spot number 5, I believe he was in. And now we have Jeremy Stevens moving up to spot 5. I'm interested to see Jeremy Stevens climb, but I'm also interested to see what Bobby Taylor's going to do, because he's driven. This guy wants to get back in those rankings. What's it going to take for him? That's his story. That's what I want to see. So both two good stories there. Excited about them. As I keep saying, when Jeremy came here, the one word he said to us was opportunity. He just wants opportunity, and we're giving it to him, and he's making it work. Before we get out of here, we always like to check the upcoming schedule. Let's do that now. We know this Friday is a fight week. We're excited for that. We had Ryan Reber on today. He'll be taking on Alberto Blas, trying to get the world title off of him. There's a great card there, Hollywood, Florida. That's this Friday. Very few tickets remaining. It's going to be a sellout again. So BKFC.com, get your tickets. You can find out everything. The rest of the card, it's all there. That's for September 13th, which is Friday the 13th, this Friday night. And after that, we have a little bit of a break, I guess. Then we'll be going to Marbella, Spain. And we'll have to get a new graphic. This was just announced this morning. We learned that it's a huge concert. All these rappers and people want to be involved with BKFC. They see us kind of coming up. They enjoy what we do, so they kind of attach themselves. Everybody from Exhibit to who else is going to be there? There you go. Exhibit, I know Kodak Black. I'm old. Dizzy Rascal. I know some of these guys, but they're big, man. So everybody's going to be there. You can see it on the graphic. Find out more at BKFC.com. Got 3 big world title fights. Marbella, Spain. Conor McGregor's going to be there. We'll be there in a bull ring. We're looking forward to that. There'll be more to come with that. And then after Marbella, Spain, where do we head after that? Well, then we head to, I believe that's our Denver event, right? Yeah. It was Kamosi versus DP. Excited for this fight. I think you are too. Make sure you're tuned in for that. You can find out more at BKFC.com. The tickets are... I wish I could show the setup today. I'm trying to read my monitor in front of me around a camera. I don't know why this is. It must be the budget for the show, right?
Boo-hoo.
Is it the budget for the show?
Yes.
Anyway, so we're excited for that as well. And there's so much other great stuff coming. I don't know what we did or didn't announce yet. Or did we cover the schedule?
I think that's
UK, November. Look, the UK guys sending us candy. We can't even plug them.
I know.
What's it, November 2nd, UK?
I'll tell you in a sec.
It's all up there for you. Let's see.
It's been a long morning. November 2nd.
I thought so. See, okay, November 2nd, the UK.
Back in Newcastle.
And we're also going to be announcing more fights that are going to be kind of peppered in there. There's going to be some more coming out soon, more announcements. As Dave said, we marked the time. He said he's going to announce more next week on the show. But more than that, before we get out of here, I want to remind you, it's going to be a historic night this Friday night in Hollywood, Florida at the Hollywood Hard Rock Casino, because Dave Feldman is going to make a groundbreaking announcement. He promised us this on the show today. I's are being dotted, T's are being crossed. David Feldman to make a groundbreaking announcement that I kind of know some of it. It's really going to help level us up to another level. He's excited. I think the whole team's excited about it. I don't know all the details, but it's going to be good. It's going to provide more content for BKFC fans. And this announcement, groundbreaking, will take place this Friday night, or maybe Thursday at the weigh-in if we're lucky. But I think it's going to be this Friday night on the broadcast. Make sure you grab the app at BKFC.com. Make sure you come out and celebrate this groundbreaking announcement with us. You can guess in the chat what it might be. Please let us know. I'd love to see what you think. And we'll keep you updated. I'm excited about it. We're going to get out of here. Until next week, we're going to eat some candy from the UK. Those guys are stacked up in there too. I don't know, they're gaining weight in there. We're going to drink some Forged Irish Stout. We're going to get bucked up. We're going to knuckle up. And we're going to see in Hollywood Friday night for Fight Week, baby. Don't cut me off this week. I'm going to punch myself.
Live inside Hard Rock Live once again for another classic Fight Back.